What's up guys, it's Tommy here and bang! We are back at Anfield in front of the full stadium. Liverpool win 2-0 against Burnley. Let me know in the comments below who was your man of the match, and also leave a like on this video if you are excited for Liverpool starting the season off to a flyer. 2 wins, 2 clean sheets, 5 goals scored, and all 5 of them was scored by the 4 attackers, the 4 front players. So I think the Premier League should take Liverpool very seriously. I predicted Liverpool to win the Premier League title in my pre-season Premier League predictions, and I think we are starting the season like we should have. So in this video we will talk in detail about the Burnley game, who was your man of the match, who impressed you the most, and also predict the top 4, top 6 in the comments below. And I want to say a huge thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring my channel for this month. OneFootball is the home of football, my favorite app. I've been using it for years. You can find all kinds of football news on there, and also you can find the stats, the latest transfer news. I have been going there almost every day, checking the Liverpool transfer news, because they combine the best and most interesting transfer news and football news. And you can find also interesting videos, stats, analysis, fantasy football tips, and all kinds of interesting football related content on the OneFootball apps. And it's completely free, so what are you waiting for? Make sure to download OneFootball using the link in the video's description, and you support the channel as well that way. And Liverpool played absolutely fantastic football against Burnley, but we have to start with Harvey Elliott. The 18-year-old teenager starts his first game at Anfield, his first full debut in front of the Liverpool fans, and he didn't look out of place. He looked like a player who belongs in the Premier League, who belongs in the Liverpool starting lineup. And he was so unlucky that he didn't get an assist, because Mo Salah smashed it home with an Elliott assist, but he was just marginally offside by the thinnest of margins. And I was so gutted for Harvey Elliott, because he deserved an assist for his performance, but otherwise he played some great football. Harvey Elliott actually reminds me of Jack Grealish in that he links the midfield with the attack. He can get the ball and drive through with it, dribbling past players, and also he has a very cute, very soft touch, great dribbling, and also an eye for goal. And he put some great passes and great performances in. And to be honest, almost every player at Liverpool played really well. Jota scored once again from a Tsimikas assist. Tsimikas also had another good performance, and I feel a little bit sorry for him that now that Andy Robertson is back, Tsimikas will probably be back on the bench against Chelsea. But again, Tsimikas put in a great performance, capped off with an assist. And also Virgil van Dijk, the Colossus, this player comes back after a 9-month ACL injury, one of the most, if not the most serious injuries that anybody can get in football. And he comes back, and in his second game he looks like he is back to his best. It's absolutely mind-blowing the levels that Virgil van Dijk can get to. He looks like the best centre-back once again in the Premier League, and I just really hope that he can play at Liverpool until he retires, because he looks like an absolute Rolls-Royce defender. Again, it looks like Liverpool are back to their defensive best this season, and Matip also looked like absolutely fantastic. It's very hard to pick a man of the match, because Alisson, Van Dijk, Matip, Trent Alexander-Arnold all had great performances. Mane scored a brilliant goal after a fantastic, wonderful team play goal, and Trent Alexander-Arnold got the assist. So both fullbacks got 1 assist each. Mane and Jota got the goals, and Mane couldn't score in the first game, now he scored. Salah was unlucky that his goal was disallowed for an offside. Firmino came on for the last 10 minutes and he looked very sharp, and I think Jota has to start against Chelsea. He is the most informed player at the moment in front of goal at Liverpool. And Trent Alexander-Arnold also, it looks like with Salah and Harvey Elliott roaming on the wing, Trent Alexander-Arnold sometimes comes inside and he plays like a midfielder sometimes. And he had a couple of instances where he had a shot, he crossed from midfield. So Trent Alexander-Arnold will interchange with Salah and with Harvey Elliott, and sometimes Trent will play on the wing, sometimes Salah, sometimes Harvey Elliott, and the other players will come inside. So it's a very fluid right side of Liverpool, something that I really absolutely enjoyed and loved to watch. And I think this will bode very, very well for the future. Naby Keita also had a fantastic performance in midfield. He looks really strong, really lean. Back-to-back starts for Naby Keita, and I really hope he will keep his place, but it will be tough because Henderson started today and he looked pretty okay as well. He looked pretty good. He had some good touches. He got past some people with some nice footwork as well, and he was back to his best energy-wise, and he is also a leader. Thiago didn't start today, and obviously Fabinho was out of the squad because his father passed away a couple of days ago. My condolences to Fabinho and his friends and family and everybody connected to Liverpool FC, and Fabinho will probably back against Chelsea. So it's a very welcome headache for Jurgen Klopp. Who will we play in midfield? I think the defense picks itself right now. It's Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, and if Robertson is fit, he will be back against Chelsea. The front three picks itself right now. Salah, Mane, and Jota are really in form right now. Firmino has to wait for his chance, and the midfield is the biggest question. Fabinho, Henderson, and maybe Thiago or Naby Keita could play. The big question is, where is Oxlade-Chamberlain? He started the first game and today he wasn't even in the squad. I know you can only select 9 players for the bench, and Liverpool had 2 goalkeepers on it, but I think it's a little bit concerning that Oxlade-Chamberlain wasn't in the squad. We know Milner is injured, so he wasn't in the squad because of that, but Oxlade-Chamberlain missing is a little bit of a question mark for me. But I really hope that it was just because we just couldn't fit more players on the bench, and not because Oxlade-Chamberlain again picked up an injury. And overall, Liverpool played Burnley off the park. We had 27 shots, 8 on target, and also we had like 66% possession overall, so twice as much possession as Burnley. But Burnley, especially in the first half, they had quite a lot of attacks. This wasn't the usual Burnley who just sits back, soaks up the pressure and tries long balls. Yes, they tried a lot of long balls, but they tried to attack and they tried to play football, and Alisson had to make, especially in the second half, some world-class saves. And Alisson, I think outside Liverpool and outside the Liverpool fan base, Alisson is a pretty underrated goalkeeper. Because in my opinion, Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world. And yes, probably most people say he's top 5, but he's very rarely mentioned by people outside of Liverpool as the best goalkeeper, because probably he hasn't won as many trophies as the likes of Manuel Neuer or other goalkeepers that people mention as the best goalkeepers in the world. But right now I think Alisson is definitely up there. It's either Neuer or Alisson on their day who is the best goalkeeper. Burnley had only 3 shots on target, but 9 shots overall, and Burnley played some really good football. I was actually impressed by them. They were, of course, defending well when they needed to, and they tried to hit Liverpool on the counter-attack. Liverpool had some nervy moments at the back. I'm not saying that they were absolutely faultless, keeping 2 clean sheets. Against Norwich, Liverpool could have conceded. Today they could have conceded as well, but we could have scored a lot more goals. Matip's header was cleared off the line, and we had some shots which Burnley blocked and defended very well. And I liked that Liverpool weren't sitting on this 1-0. We tried to attack all the time, and we tried to force the issue, and we tried to score the second goal to 2-0, so we don't have a similar scenario that we had 2 years ago, where we went 1-0 up and then the game was going along, but Liverpool didn't score the second goal and then Burnley equalized. So in the past 2 seasons we collected 1 point from 2 home games against Burnley, but back at Anfield with a full stadium, I just absolutely loved how the stadium was rocking, and Liverpool fans sang their hearts out. The "You Will Never Walk Alone" was really emotional before and after the game. I really loved that as well. And I think Liverpool, with the home fans back, will be very, very much a force to be reckoned with in the Premier League, because there is no stadium like Anfield. I think that Liverpool, with the home crowd behind them, is a different animal. They are a different breed of a team, because I mean, even last season where we had no fans at Anfield, Liverpool still finished in 3rd place, and if we didn't have that horrendous run of 6 home losses in a row, we could have even finished higher. And what is absolutely staggering, I'm just reading a statistic, that Virgil van Dijk played 48 Premier League games at Anfield. He has 0 losses, and also he has 43 wins and just 5 draws. That is an absolutely incredible win ratio. That's like almost a 90% win ratio. This is absolutely staggering. Yes, it's actually a 90% win ratio. It's absolutely crazy. And Virgil van Dijk 89.6% to be exactly precise. But I think Liverpool is back to their best, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is the best right back in the Premier League, and I'm really happy that I had Tsimikas and Trent in my fantasy football team. I will probably tweet my lineup after I upload this video, and let me know if you play fantasy football. I really love the game, and I check it every week and try to tinker with my side as much as I can to really improve my ranking. Last season I finished in like 750,000 place, but the season before that I was in the top like 60k, something like that. So my aim is to finish top 100k this season. Trent Alexander-Arnold, according to my followers on Twitter, was the man of the match, and it's really tough to select. I will probably select him as well because he looked really, really impressive. And Jordan Henderson said this about Harvey Elliott: Harvey is a special player. He has come back in great shape in preseason. He deserves his stars today, and the stuff he can do on the ball, wow. So Trent is really, really happy, and he's also impressed by Harvey Elliott. And Henderson also talked about the home fans. He said, without the crowd it's totally different. Now that we have got the fans back, it's a different ball game. We have got to keep our fortress. Teams don't like coming here. And these 2 wins really sets up the next game, which is against Chelsea, very, very nicely. So I'm already really looking forward to that game as well. It will be, I think, a Liverpool-Chelsea game. Yeah, so it is at Anfield, which is crucial, and we are playing on Saturday. And Man City play Arsenal, so let's hope that Man City drop points there as well. But Arsenal looked absolutely awful against Brentford, so I'm not sure if we have any hope. But Liverpool are top of the Premier League right now, and let's hope that we stay there for the whole season, which will be very, very tough to do. But let's hope we can do it. So Liverpool, Chelsea is the next fixture, and after that we have a 2-week international break. I think Robertson will be back in the starting lineup, and possibly Fabinho, Henderson, and either Thiago or Naby Keita starts. It depends on what kind of tactics Jurgen Klopp plans to use against Chelsea. Chelsea will be one of the title contenders. Lukaku will play against Arsenal on the weekend, and we will see how Chelsea play with Lukaku. So that's a little bit of an advantage for Liverpool, that Lukaku's first game in the Chelsea shirt, I mean first game back after he re-signed for Chelsea, will be against Arsenal. So Liverpool can, and Jurgen Klopp can analyze that game and see how Chelsea use their tactics against a big team with Lukaku in the team. I think it's very important for Liverpool to see at least one game from Chelsea with Lukaku, so how they plan to use him, because Lukaku is a very versatile player and Chelsea can use him in a number of ways, but Liverpool will be probably ready tactically for that game as well. That will be a big battle, and hopefully Liverpool can put down an early marker this season. I have full confidence in the team. If we keep our defense fit, Van Dijk and Matip looked really, really awesome. Gomez got his first minutes back in front of a full crowd. He came on for Tsimikas, so that was good as well. Hopefully Liverpool will be winners against Chelsea, and that would be the perfect start for Liverpool, because after that Liverpool actually have a pretty favorable draw. I think the Chelsea game is the hardest in the first like 7 or 8 game weeks. After that we play Leeds, Crystal Palace, Brentford, so 3 winnable games, and then we have Man City. So I think the first 6 games are all winnable for Liverpool, especially the Chelsea game coming at Anfield. But after that we play Man City and Man United in 3 game weeks. We have 2 big games against the Manchester clubs. But this is already shaping up to be a great start for Liverpool. Let's hope we can win against Chelsea at Anfield as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.